Beat by a good basketball team right there. I watched them on film and thought they were pretty good, and they are. They got a good team. Vic's done a good job with them. And is it a final score difference between the two teams? No, I don't think so at all. But that's what happens when you get down and they get to playing on a little bit, and they get the crowd in, motion gets going there, and they run it out there on you in the fourth quarter. But with our team, it's just who we are right now. We're a very sensitive team when it comes to offensively and defensively. And sometimes, it comes offensive sensitive. We miss shots. You get open looks. You have a chance there in the third quarter several times. You fight hard to get back in a game, and you get plenty of opportunities to cut it under 10 going into the fourth, and it's a ball game, but you miss a layup or you miss a wide open three or wide open jump shot. And, there were great looks that we've got to knock down, and you got a lot of young kids that are taking them, a lot of freshmen and sophomores that are taking them, and and then they just killed us on the boards there in the second half. I thought we did a great job on the boards in the first half, but the second half we just got murdered on the boards there, and we couldn't get their big girls out of there, and it's just what it is. It is what it is, and we'll grow from this. We'll get better. We're not a 79-51 type game there. I think when you get to Oxford, it'll be a lot different. And look, guys, we got to beat 35 last year at LSU and come back and beat them at our place. So you think that this right here bothers me the next time around? We got another thing coming, but we'll get better from this. We'll play Kentucky on Thursday. Was it 6 in a row against top 20 teams or something like that? With several of them being in the top 10. That's just this wonderful schedule that we got.
How much? I know you'll get them again, but how tough is it to lose this game in this manner?
It's not. I mean, it's just what it is. You win games, you lose games. You obviously don't want to lose to your rival like that, and you don't want to get beat 79-51, whatever it was. Like Vic and I were talking about after the game there. It's not that. It wasn't really that. It's just what it is, and the score ended up being that. But it's tough to lose a game like that. It's tough to lose to Mississippi State, but it ain't no different if we lose than when we lost to Texas A&M. A loss is a loss. We got to get better. And look, I said it before the game. I don't play rivalry games that I hate. I don't know anybody on Mississippi State's team. I know one person I think that lives in this area besides Vic, and that's Vivens, his high school coach, and he and I are good friends. But so I don't hate any of those kids. You play rivalry games out of love for your university, and I feel bad right now because we played hard trying to represent our university, but we did not represent it the way we need to represent it. And the way you represent your university in this type of game is you get a win, and we'll go back to the drawing board. We'll figure it out. But there's no different than losing to Texas A&M on Thursday. You gotta bounce back. We're 1-4. We're in an adverse situation, and your character is revealed when you hit adversity. And who are you then? And that's what I just asked the team. Who are you when we go to practice tomorrow? Will determine who we're going to be for the rest of the season.
How much in the third quarter did you feel like you had the energy level and you had some momentum with the defensive pressure that you were putting?
Yeah, we've been begging to try to get a point guard to play. And Queen Hayes was our all-league point guard last year and just has not played well all season. And she practiced really well yesterday. She came out there and obviously played pretty darn good tonight. She had one turnover against our pressure in 34 minutes and 9 points, 9 rebounds. So that was a positive. That was something that was really exciting. And we forced them to call a timeout. We got the thing down there to 12 or 13 points, something like that, and had the ball, had open shots. I think had a layup. And that's the puzzling thing. I think I've worked more on layups with this team. I've never really. I coached biddy ball. For those of you who don't know what, maybe in this part it's called junior pro basketball when I was growing up. And it's part of my first coaching duties, and you would teach them how to shoot layup after layup after layup because you knew if you could make enough layups, you could probably win a game. It's kind of like that with us. We spend about 20 minutes a day just working on layups because we miss so many of them. And it's a prime example of shooting a layup, worrying about somebody blocking your shot or something instead of finding the rim with your eyes and just going in there and making a layup. And, and that's... We settle for a lot of jump shots, and a lot of that has to do with our, we don't really have a go-to post player on the block. A lot of our post players are step-out players that play out on the perimeter, and that's just part of recruiting. And when we took over the job and trying to build a foundation, we had to go with guards first, and we got some really good guards. And our post players are getting better, and they're young, but we got 2 more coming in next year that are really, really good, and 2 of the top 10 post players in the country, which then you look at a size difference at times, the 5 spot right now, you won't see that size difference a year from now because we fixed that.
Matt, you talked about the rebounding advantage
Yeah.
for state. How difficult is it to deal with their size for 40 minutes? It just seems they kind of wear teams down after a while.
We didn't do a good job of boxing out in the second half. We did a good job in the first half. We didn't do a very good job in the second half. And, you know, I think a lot of it has to do when I trail ride. Who trail rides? Anybody here trail ride? I don't know if you've ever trail ride. I'm from the country. And so when you strap it, it's called a bighorn saddle. You kind of strap it on that horse and you have to ride that horse around. Eventually it wears on you when that horse gets wore down. And it's when somebody's just riding on top of you the whole time. And so it's kind of what our post players felt like. That horse that I ride through the woods from time to time.
Your thoughts about Morgan?
If you understand what I'm saying.
I get it.
Yeah.
Your thoughts about Morgan Williams?
I think she's a good point guard. I think she's really good. I hope that Alyssa Austin's what Morgan Williams is this time next year. Morgan Williams is a kid that played about 17, 18 minutes a game last year and really came in and played minutes for them whenever they needed some spurts and some things like that. Now she's become a go-to point guard for them. I think she's pretty darn good. She does a good job of changing direction. She does a good job of getting her body into people. You know, I'm not one of these. Look, do I want to beat state really bad? Yeah, I do. Vic and I are close friends. We used to be. We used to be golfing buddies. We used to hang out. We don't do it anymore because of rivalry. But so I don't hate anybody on their team. I think she's a good player. I think she's a really, really good player. We've got to get better at that position because I got a sophomore point guard too that I thought played pretty good against her tonight. But she wasn't guarding her. Next time when we play, I'm gonna put Queen Hayes up there guarding her because that will limit her. But Morgan Williams is the engine that makes their train run. I told our team that. I told our defensive player that was guarding her that. Told them all that is their engine. You cannot let that engine get going, and we let that engine get going.
Did you like where you were at the end of the first quarter? I think you went on an 11-4 run and got Victoria Vivens in foul trouble early.
Yeah, I love where we were. I thought we played a good first quarter, but again, we scored 8 points in the second quarter. We missed, I think, 4 free throws or 5 free throws. We missed. I had it calculated back there. We got it back there on something where we had 2 missed layups, so that's 4 points, another 5 there. So you're looking at probably 17 points that's on us, somewhere in that area, or 11 points or so that's on us. So then if you get 11 there, then it's a different ball game there going at halftime. But we shoot ourselves in the foot just on little bitty things like a layup. I mean, a layup, guys. And that's what we've got to get better at it. Now we've got to do a better job coaching it and figuring out who can make them. But, you know, the biggest thing we've got to find is consistency in our basketball team. And I have some really good mentors that call me all the time that are on the men's side and like, hey, you're dealing with it. Everybody goes through this and all that. I don't like going through that. I don't like playing with young players and going through that with inconsistency. Have some consistency. Have some consistency every day when you come to practice. And if you'll do that, you got a chance to be pretty successful. And you know, we got players that some days are really good, some are not. It's just so much inconsistent. You're gonna have inconsistency with your shooting, but you can't have it defensively. I caught a timeout there late. I told him, I said, guys, I don't care what's going on, but you do not quit. I don't care that we're down. I think we were down like 17 and we throw the ball away on an inbounds play. Like it don't matter. It matters. You do not quit. I don't care if we're playing State, Kentucky, Georgia, Florida. You keep playing. And I thought we came back out and played pretty well. But the first quarter, I felt real good about it. But he scored 8 points in the second quarter, so then you don't feel good about it.
Do you think the foul trouble on your team affected the rhythm after the first quarter?
If Queen Hayes was in the game, I think that it's a 1 or 2 point ball game going in at halftime. Queen Hayes was playing really well, and she sat there for she played every minute in the second half, and looks like she played third. So she sat the last 6 minutes of the second quarter, and when she went out, I think it was a 4 point game. So she was at 6 minutes where she was in foul trouble, and I can't really comment on what my thought is about the foul trouble. You guys saw me, and so y'all can write that. But Queen Hayes is on the court. I think it's a 1 or 2 point game at the half. Queen Hayes is not on the court. We're down 18 or 16, 16 or 18 or whatever it ended up being at the half. And that's the difference in having your stabilizer there on the court, and we didn't have it. And I thought both of her fouls were very questionable fouls. I did not think she fouled either time.
Anything else for Coach?
But that's my opinion, and I don't get paid the referee. I get paid the coach, so my opinion really don't matter.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.